guys, it's Phoebe from Who's Phoebe and welcome back to another doctor video. I am completely aware I need to wash my hair and I will be washing it tomorrow. I know it looks gross and the plaits look a bit weird and stuff like that, but I will wash my hair either tomorrow or Saturday. I've got travel training tomorrow, so yeah. And you guys know, I'm doing 24 days of Doctor Who where I review 24 classic episodes like I did last December, and you guys really enjoyed it, so this year I thought I would bring it back. But stop, hang on a minute. Before I get any further into this video, I would just like to say, anyone who has arachnophobia, pause this video now and click off it if you do not want to watch it. Because anyone like myself who has a fear of spiders, I'm about to talk about the worst thing for me, which is spiders, on this review. So if you're like me and you have arachnophobia, I would recommend you switch me off. Okay, if you haven't done that, then you're brave. If you've never seen my face on your screens before, please click the subscribe button down below and also click the notification bell so you get notifications every single time I upload. Now, the fact that I gave you guys an arachnophobia warning obviously means I'm talking about my review on the spiders. Now, this is an interesting story because it's also the third Doctor's last story, because he regenerates in this one. John Peachey was leaving the series, making way for Tom Baker, who actually did 7 years. So as of tomorrow, I can officially move on to Tom Baker, which is a good thing. I was kind of getting tired of the third Doctor stories, like watching them. Anyway, so the Doctor, obviously, him being on Metebelis 3 in a previous adventure made matters worse because his actions have now officially, in this story, come back to haunt him. So Jo sends the Metebelis crystal back to the Doctor at Unit because she no longer has need of it. It was a very nice gift, but she'd rather give the gift back to the Doctor and everything like that, which is fine. So this story starts off at Unit, and we've got this guy at Unit. The Doctor tested some science stuff on. I don't quite know what it is, but he tests some weird sciencey kit on, and when he's holding the crystal he dies and we see spiders on the screen. Ugh. And this is interesting. This is not the first time Doctor Who has obviously gone with spiders. This is the first time in the classic years. But obviously we know from arachnids in the UK, this is not the first time Doctor Who has messed around with spiders. This was the first time in classic Doctor Who, but I'm just indicating that this is not the first time out of the course of entire Doctor Who where we haven't seen spiders. It's a thing. So the Doctor, of course, goes to Metebelis 3 and he now sees it's inhabited by spiders. And this is not good because the Doctor stealing the crystal originally from Metebelis 3 has not been ideal. So the Doctor actually being on Metebelis 3 the first time actually made matters worse because he was able to let the spiders take over the planet, which is not a good idea, and as a result of this he regenerates because of the Metebelis crystal poisoning or whatever. Couldn't really understand it. The reason I mention my hair, guys, is I do need to wash it. I will be washing it. I might wash it tomorrow or Saturday because I do actually have support Saturday, so whoever I'm with, I guess they can help me wash my hair because it does need a good wash. But it'll do fine for another day. So yeah, so this is an interesting story. I do like this story. I mean, I am petrified of spiders. So every time I watch this story, I'm always like sat there on the edge of my seat, or in my case, my bed. And I'm like thinking, this is a great story, but it's not great when you've got arachnophobia. Which, before you guys be like, what is arachnophobia? It's a fear of spiders. That's the scientific name for it. Arachnophobia. I do like this story, however. It is a really good story, and I think it's a great way to kind of bow the Third Doctor out, because I feel like at this point the Third Doctor was getting, you know, like tired and stuff of being in his previous regeneration. So I still feel like this is a really good story to bow him out with. It just is. However, Sarah Jane gets put into a spiderweb, kidnapped and put into a spiderweb, so the Doctor still has that on his conscience. I feel like a lot of the Doctor's mistake being on Metabilis 3 the first time really haunted him in this story, because not only did he take the crystal, he also let the planet be run by spiders. Sarah Jane was kidnapped and put in a spider web as a result. The Queen Spider takes Sarah Jane as a prisoner, you know, putting her on her back so that she can take the crystal back to the Great One. And as a result of it, the Great One is a ginormous spider. So the Doctor's mistakes definitely like to catch up with him. This is one of those incidences, and you don't really get them that much in Doctor Who, because there are very few stories where the Doctor has gone to a planet and he's made a mistake when he returns, as a result of it, things happen. In this particular story, that is the case, but not in every Doctor Who story. That is not the case, because normally when the Doctor goes to a planet, he never really returns, so even if he has made a mistake, he's not going to see it. But in this instance, he does have to go back to Metabilis 3 because he needs to find out what the hell's going on and why there's spiders in people's dreams. So definitely, in my opinion, this is a situation where the Doctor actually being on Metabilis 3 the first time made it worse. He shouldn't have been there in the first place. He shouldn't have stolen a crystal, because in doing so, he started a whole list of events many years later that came back to haunt him. So yeah, it's not ideal. However though, with this story, I feel like the spiders weren't really that good. As much as they are as a monster and making them evil and everything, I feel like the whole possessing humans and giving them powers, it feels very kind of like rushed and not ideal for a story of this size. I feel like if you're going to give people spider powers, at least let it be somewhat cool. I know you guys will pick up on that reference. I've never watched Spider-Man, shoot me, but I do know some of the references to spiderwebs and things like that, so do not come at me for that, for not watching Spider-Man, but at least knowing some of the references. So I feel like, I also think that this story, sorry, God, when you talk so much, I also feel like this story has a lack of characters that you actually like. You don't really get to see Unit much in this. You only really get to see Unit in the beginning, and then you don't see much of Unit afterwards. The Doctor does his classic Venetian Fikido. Please let me say I pronounced that right. So I feel like yes, but this is like the worst story ever with someone who has arachnophobia. It's a great story in itself, as in the Third Doctor regenerates because, you know, he gets a, you know, because his mentor comes from Gallifrey to start the regeneration, because without him the Doctor would have died. But this is a great story in itself as a whole. I just don't like spiders. That's why I keep saying that. I don't like spiders. Pathological hate. Always have done, always will. Although surprisingly, I am getting better with the tiny spindly ones. Weird. But yeah, so overall this is a really good story. Really love Sarah Jane in this again. Especially her acting when it was the the queen spider possessing her. I really did enjoy that element of the story. I thought that brought an extra something when she was trying to take the crystal from the doctor. I found that was really, really good, and also incredibly interesting as well. Make the doctor's companion have a spider on her back, why not? But yeah, so overall I would probably give this story an 8 out of 10, just because I hate spiders, and I'm sure anyone who is like me, who has a fear of spiders, would be exactly the same when it comes to this particular story, because actually watching it makes your fears of spiders even worse. Speaking of which, arachnids in the UK, in the Jodie Whittaker season, I screamed when I watched it. That's the first time I've ever screamed at a Doctor Who episode before, and arachnids in the UK is not my favourite because they've got big spiders. It's absolutely horrible. So if you're ever going to watch this story, I'd watch it at your own risk. So yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure you click the subscribe button down below. I appreciate all the support for my channel, and I'm trying to build my channel, and next year I'm really going to focus on my channel. So if you could click that subscribe button, because I really do appreciate the support. And also, if you can click that notification bell so you get notifications every single time I upload, because I do fun series like this where I talk about Doctor Who non-stop. I mean, come on, you can't get more fun than this. Also, I wear cool things like this. You know how YouTubers always wear comfy bottoms? These are pyjama bottoms, but this top does not look like a pyjama top. Even though it is a pyjama top, it does not look like one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. There is not many more of these left to go now. I've got like another 3 days this week to carry on filming, and then I've got a whole week next week, but I need to make sure I get the 2 done that I need to get done for the 23rd and 24th, because I'm actually not here on Christmas itself. I'm here the 22nd, but I'm not actually here on the 23rd and Christmas Eve, because I'm actually at my parents celebrating Christmas, so I won't have an opportunity to film. So I need to spend this weekend making sure I get those 2 last videos done for you guys. Obviously, I will still be doing the normal reviews for the Tom Baker era. I just need to see exactly, I just need to write down on a piece of paper which episodes need to be filmed when, because maybe next weekend I can maybe fit some time in to do 2 videos back to back each day. Anyway, this has been a very long outro. I don't normally do 3-minute outros, or 2 minutes for that matter. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Allons-y.